As the holiday season approaches, a remarkable new handheld device has emerged as an ideal gift for the retro gaming enthusiast in your life, or even if you just simply want to indulge yourself. In this video, we'll be diving into the nostalgic world of handheld retro gaming with the Hyper Megatech Super Pocket from Blaze Entertainment, an excellent compact device that delivers an exceptional arcade experience right in your hands, aiming to captivate both experienced gamers and newcomers to retro gaming alike. We'll delve into the excellent build quality, vivid display options, and the impressive selection of classic licensed games such as Final Fight, Mega Man, Ghouls and Ghosts, and many others. This is the Capcom edition of the Super Pocket. There are other versions of this for Taito and other gaming companies, and these will offer a distinct array of classic games. We'll also examine the Evercade compatibility that this device offers, which massively expands your gaming options with over 500 more titles. So let's get ready to relive the golden age of gaming with the Super Pocket. Let's jump in and see if this device could potentially be a must-have for any retro gaming fan. That's enough with a waffling introduction. Let's flip that power switch and see what's inside. As an 80s kid, I prefer physical media. Oh sure, I have Netflix, I have Xbox Game Pass, and I do enjoy the benefits that those services provide. However, I do miss the days of being able to go out and buy brand new games in a nice little plastic case without having to bugger about with updates, servers, or downloads. You know, we certainly didn't have that back in the glorious days of the Mega Drive and the SNES, or back in the microcomputer days of the Commodore 64 and ZX Spectrum. Well now, fortunately, there is a gaming device in 2024 that offers that very experience. Now first of all, a huge thanks to my friend Luke for introducing me to the Super Pocket, a small but powerful gadget that packs a surprisingly potent punch of nostalgic nirvana right out of the box. Now at first, this Game Boy-esque device looks like it could be one of those cheap and nasty Chinese gaming systems that you see being sold on such websites as Temu and AliExpress. You know the kind I mean. It has 5,000 games on it, but it's probably made out of the most cheapest materials possible and built in a sweatshop somewhere. However, once you turn on the Super Pocket and hear its pleasingly catchy intro music, it's clear that this is a surprisingly robust piece of hardware that offers a true arcade experience on the go. And yes, I might have an arcade machine here in the Mabas Tavern, but I'm going to have a job taking that on a bus, train or plane with me. I can now have a, admittedly, smaller version of this right in my very pocket, or in the palm of my hand. So the Super Pocket, as I mentioned previously, it is available in a number of editions. When they first came out, there was the Capcom and the Taito versions, and by the time this video comes out, there is now an Atari and a Technos version as well. Essentially, the Super Pocket is a sleek, no-fuss retro handheld that's not only stylish and well built, it also doesn't break the bank. Coming in at a retail price of £49.99 or just under $60, this actually costs less money than a recently released Switch or Xbox game. Now all the flavours of Super Pocket serve up an impressive library of classics from each iconic publisher's revered back catalogue. For example, the Capcom edition features heavy hitters like Ghouls and Ghosts, Captain Commando and Mercs, whilst the Taito version contains the immortal Space Invaders, Puzzle Bobble and Operation Wolf. And to be honest, at that price you might want to consider getting more than one. I mean, whichever version you get is entirely up to you. I went for the Capcom one because the games contained in it are ones that are much more part of my childhood. I have much more sort of nostalgic memories. But again, for under 50 quid or for under $60, you could very well end up getting more than one. I don't know what my wife would say about that if I bought more than one, but you know. Shh. And you don't have to mess about with the games or anything like that. They're already preloaded, built into the system, and ready to shred away your productivity or just while away some spare time whilst you're waiting for a bus, train, plane, or even whilst you're sat on the toilet. Whoa. Whoa. Getting a high score in 1942 whilst you've got your trousers around your ankles, it's a liberating experience, let me tell you. The Super Pocket stands out with its high quality build and numerous display options, uncommon for budget handhelds. Smaller and lighter than a classic Game Boy, its sturdy plastic shell feels reassuringly robust. It has some weight to it, and it doesn't feel light and cheap and nasty like other retro gaming handhelds that I could mention. The front of the Super Pocket has an impeccably responsive D-pad and clicky face buttons, which hark back to the golden era of gaming. The back shoulder buttons might take a little bit of time to get used to, especially if you're trying to pull off a Dragon Punch in Street Fighter 2. But I suppose they had to put the buttons here rather than at the top of the device, otherwise they would have just simply gotten in the way whilst inserting a cartridge. With its vivid 320 by 240 IPS screen display, these classic games look spectacular, even beyond the neon-lit confines of the local arcade. This compact device offers performance far exceeding expectations given its low retail price. Now, the term Super Pocket is used quite accurately here, as the device can truly fit comfortable in your pocket. I do tend to have other things in my pocket though, like my keys or my phone, so I actually have invested in a carry case as well. Now, whether you get this is entirely up to you, but there's room to have the Super Pocket comfortably slid in here. And then you've got space for your charging cable, your headphones, and for some other things that you might want to take with you. I'll come on to those in a moment. Its compact size though, whilst fantastic, might be a drawback for some users. Both the device's controls and the screen might actually be a little too small for some people, especially if you've got large hands. And part of the device's target audience, because let's face it, it is someone like me that they're going for, might feel oddly prompted to reach out for their reading glasses in order to clearly see what's happening on some of the games. Now, whether you prefer the exact pixel-perfect arcade visuals or stretching the nostalgia across the full screen, the Super Pocket has you covered. You can even opt for some scan lines to truly replicate the classic CRT look that myself and Luke remember so fondly. The only element missing for a complete arcade experience is the sticky carpet, cigarette ash, or the smell of fish and chips. So you'll need to provide those yourself for a truly authentic feel. With a decent 4-hour battery life and quick charging up enabled via USB-C, this feisty little number is quite frankly outperforming other devices that cost 3 times as much. The single front-facing speaker performs remarkably well for its size, allowing you to fully enjoy the 16-bit soundtracks of the likes of Street Fighter 2 and 1944 The Loop Master. I mean, check out these gameplay examples. It can reach impressive volume levels for such a small speaker, although I generally prefer to use a pair of jack headphones anyway. Unfortunately, there is no Bluetooth capability for this device, and connecting this to your TV for classic gaming on a bigger screen unfortunately isn't an option. Apparently those features were scrapped in order to maintain an affordable price for the device. But that doesn't matter, I was already smitten with the Super Pocket's delightfully retro charms and premium performance, and I was already preparing to pop this into my Amazon wish list for later. But then Luke let me in on a earth-shattering revelation, because this unassuming portable has a back that comes off and you can put Evercade cartridges into it and play those on the go as well. So in addition to its built-in Capcom, Taito, Atari or Technos titles, the Super Pocket fully metamorphosized into a veritable Game Boy for the modern era by enabling access to over 500 plus games in the Evercade library across over 50 rather nifty clamshell encased multicarts. For the uninitiated, Evercade is the ultimate retro gaming platform, one that I've been eagerly wanting to join for a while. We're talking about an ever-expanding library of officially licensed retro and indie classics served on high-quality physical cartridges, retailing at £17.99 or just under $20. That only further invoke that sense of nostalgia. And we've got all kinds here. We've got Amiga classics like Alien Breed and Body Blows, to more arcade hits from the likes of Tower Plan and Data East. They're even doing Commodore 64 games on this thing. They've even managed to get PlayStation 1 hits like Tomb Raider, Legacy of Kain and Duke Nukem onto these things. These meticulously created compilations encapsulate some of gaming's most iconic eras. Now, it is challenging to find an affordable emulation device that can reliably run PlayStation 1 games without encountering at least a few hiccups. And some of these Evercade collections have even started to feature N64 games, a console that is notorious for its emulation difficulties. And yet, they all play brilliantly on the Super Pocket. Switching between the built-in titles and the Evercade cartridges is effortless due to the responsive menu interface. The system even lets you save your progress in any of the games, enabling you to return to them later. However, what truly elevates the Evercade experience is the exceptional tactile feel of playing these classic games with authentic physical controls. Yes, I probably could emulate a few of these games on my mobile phone, but having a proper D-pad and proper clicky buttons, it's just so much better than having these soulless touchscreen commands that you have on mobile phone screens. You can't compete with the real thing. Luke's recommendation made me realise that the Super Pocket is currently the best retro gaming device for those who love to play on the go. This modest portable machine offers a first-class replayable library containing several well-known publishers and eras, all for less than the price of a new generation retail game. It lets you relive your 80s and 90s gaming memories without breaking the bank. And again, as I mentioned earlier, choosing between the Capcom or the Taito versions or the Atari and the Technos versions, that's entirely our decision and mostly hinges on your personal preference. And again, for this price, you might want to pick up more than one version. What's also worth mentioning as well is that the Atari edition has got two different designs. There's this one here which is sort of red and black, and then there's this limited exclusive alternative design reminiscent of the classic wooden veneer appearance of the original Atari 2600 era. Because yes, back then gaming consoles had to look the same as your grandmother's cocktail cabinets. I would personally pick up the Super Pocket over the Evercade EXP, given the numerous issues reported with the latter. There's been such horror stories like overheating, poor battery life, and even cartridge failures. Now, conversely, the Super Pocket appears to be of a superior build quality, and as of the time this video was created, I've not heard of any similar problems associated with it. With Christmas coming up, this makes a perfect gift for dads and retro gaming fans, or even for yourself. It's an affordable stocking stuffer, and it's an inexpensive option for those who want to get into the Evercade collecting scene. But at the same time, there's no pressure or need whatsoever for you to go out and buy more games for this device, as you'll easily get your money's worth from the ones already built in. I will be creating another video soon where I'll be discussing each of the games on the Capcom version, and I'll also be reviewing several of the Evercade cartridges that I have already added to the collection. But in summary, if you are seeking an affordable option for a handheld gaming device or a way to join the Evercade community, then the Super Pocket might be ideal for you. It serves as an impressive all-in-one gateway to an extensive video game archive that I anticipate exploring and enjoying for years to come. I also want to extend a huge thanks to my friend Luke for introducing me to the Super Pocket in the first place and for helping to spread the love for retro gaming. Stay tuned for more videos I'll be putting out on the Super Pocket and the Evercade cartridges, and also don't miss our YouTube series We Need to Talk About, where Luke and I talk about cult and classic film and television from across the decades. Yes, this channel is all about nostalgia. Additionally, if you are looking for more details about Evercade and the Super Pocket, I recommend watching videos by fellow YouTubers Crazy Burger and Nick Tyrell. They've been creating content on these cartridges and game devices for quite some time and provide a wealth of useful information. But in the meantime, if you have enjoyed this video, then please do leave a like and a comment and check out some of my other videos. Consider sharing this video across your social media, especially with those interested in retro gaming and the Evercade community. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell in order to see future videos just like this one. So thank you very much for visiting the Big Daddy D Reviews channel, and we'll catch you again next time.